What is up, guys, and welcome to today's video, which is gonna be a little bit shorter than it usually is, and it doesn't have an intro because of the reasons that I did not have the time to do one, quite frankly, which is also why it probably won't have a lot of jump cuts in it. However, it will have some jump cuts whenever I need to actually breathe, so it isn't gonna be fully unedited. Now, into the game we go, where the Minnesota Wild kind of looked really flat again in the start. We did not come out with a lot of energy until Carl Clifford decided to make what I think is a dirty hit. I've seen reactions differently and don't think he will get us any repercussions for it, but Carl Clifford definitely makes a knee on Jordan Greenway, which I find to be a dirty hit. Which is sad because I think that should have been more than a 2 minute. I just saw that Carl Clifford got punished with 4K in a fine, which it's a slap on the wrist, but I guess it's like some kind of repercussion. So this didn't make the video because I didn't see it before I shot the video. This will make it in the editing process, I hope. That sparks like some fire in the team, and it becomes like a little bit of feisty, a little bit mean-spirited game, almost. But it goes along there, some battles in front, some fights occur. Nothing really going on for any team. It's really boring almost, until 4 minutes before the break, where Foligno gets it on the left side, gets it past one of the LA Kings defenders, streaks in, makes a fantastic pass to Eric Fair, who is kind of hooked, so he falls down, still gets it with like either the hand or the knob of his stick and pushes it into the goal and takes the goal with him. And of course they are gonna review that, which makes sense for the ref because that was a shot which took out the goal as well. I think they make the right decision in the end and called that a goal, because I don't know how you are gonna disallow that, because you can't see what the puck hits exactly, if it hits the knob of his stick or if it hits his body or the hand. It hits something on him, goes in clearly before the goal is moved, so that isn't a thing, and it's clearly not on purpose that he pushes it in with anything but his stick. So I think it's the right call. It is a little bit controversial, but I think they make the right call in the end. And that's how we're gonna go into the second period, which kind of continues the trend of kind of boring almost, but also kind of sloppy at times from both teams. Some chances, Dubnyk has to make a few saves, Campbell has a few good saves as well. It's been a game where it's been neither good, neither bad. It's like just an average game. So we go into the second period and keep on going. Zucker has a really good chance, but it's absolutely robbed by Campbell. Fantastic save. And I think a few minutes later, Brodin gets the puck, gets some time, looks up, and wrists it. And that goes in top shelf on Campbell. I think Niederreiter is in front, trying to screen him, and he does screen him, but I think that's a takeable shot, but it's a great shot by Brodin, who gets his first of the season. Fantastic for Brodin to get that, because I think Brodin is a really good defensive defenseman. He needs to add a little bit to his offense, and I think a wrist shot like that is something that he possesses. So good for Brodin. 2-0 Minnesota Wild, and it kind of keeps on going like that until the third period, again with the same thing. Minnesota almost scores at the end of the second period, where it kind of slipped through Campbell, and I think I don't know, remember who, I think it's Kempe gets the puck out before one of the Wild forwards can get in and poke it in. But we go into the third, 2-0 up. This seems like a good scenario. We haven't played great, but we haven't played awful, and we kind of shut down the LA Kings well. They haven't had a lot of chances, and then we make a mistake. Great. So Nick Seeler, who I think had a really good game, I think he played tremendously this game, makes a really big mistake. He has it without really any danger on the left side, and tries to fling it to the other boards, where I think it's JT Brown who's standing there, misses it, and it goes into Carl Clifford, who has a wide open lane and nobody else covering it, and he just snipes it on Dubnik's short side. Good shot, good goal. But that's a bad mistake. That's one of the turnovers you don't want to see, especially from a young defender. But unfortunately, mistakes happen. Everybody made something like that. It's hockey. Sometimes you do it. This one didn't cost the team eventually, so better to make them now than do it in a overtime game 7. But I think Nick Seal played well. He made that mistake, but I think he played well overall. And that kind of went on like with this scoreline. No team really had anything. It kind of just kept that feel of like not really flowing well for any team. It was like some had a chance, some had a chance. It wasn't really the major breakaways or like tremendous pressure until the Wild started taking penalties. Why did we take 6 minutes penalties in the last 7 minutes of a game? Why? So I think it's Jordan Greenway who starts by taking 1 penalty. Bad when there's 6 minutes left of the game. He takes a second one because he jumps out too fast and kind of goes into the play and jumps out without having both gates on the ice, which is a rule I knew, so he should know it as well. I cannot go with the excuse that he didn't know. He should know that rule by law, that don't go into the gate play before you are on the ice. It's a dumb penalty. Again, we go into the penalty kill, which again kills it off. I really want to say fantastic work by the penalty killers and by Devin Dubnyk, who stood on his head again. For I think he had a really good game, and it's almost come to be expected by Devin Dubnyk that he has a good game for the Minnesota Wild whenever he plays. Like, this is something that I just noticed. He just looks calm. He just looks so calm. There's a shot that kind of rebounds off the board. He just goes around, no problem, just gets it. Like no drama around it, which is something you want to see from a goalie. And I think Devin Dubnyk is definitely kind of getting into that role where he doesn't need that drama. He just does his job, which is stop pucks and stop a lot of them. And in this power play, he saves a lot of pucks. And the penalties killers blocked a lot of shots. And then Eric Stahl flipped it out and over the glass. We were just finished with the second kill. And there's 2 minutes and 12 seconds left, and we're going on another penalty kill, which is gonna be 6-on-4. This is undisciplined as hell, isn't it? But the benefits of a 4-on-6 power play for the penalty killers is that you can actually ice the puck. You can shoot at the goal, which Brandon does really well, like almost on his like side. He kind of gets it scooped out, flings it, and it just goes straight in. A really nice shot. It wasn't like something that needed a bounce off like 10 boards or like something like that. He tries to get it out. I don't think he aims at all, but it goes straight into the net, and it's 3-1 Wild, and we win it. That's kind of sealed it. After Brandon's goal, we end up with another situation where the LA Kings try to score the 2 goals now that they have to get past. This time it ends on Koivu's stick, who then scores after actually passing the blue line. 4-1, and probably a little bit too much. I think 3-1 would have been more saying. 4-1, again, you can see the 2 extra goals and say, okay, that's probably fair. I think the Wild deserve to win this one. I don't know if we deserve to win by 3. I think 2-1 was fair. I think that was kind of the result that we had. I think we had the better of the chances. I think we had the better of control, and we had the better of the goalie, which is essentially what won us the game. And for that, I actually want to really, really quickly shout out our 4th line. JT Brown, Eric Fair, Marcus Foligno. You had a fantastic game. You were all over the place. Like, Marcus Foligno and Eric Fair especially, I was impressed by. Like, they did so many things right. I don't think they had an honest mistake. I know they were on the ice for the LA goal, but that's a mistake by the defenseman, not on the forward. And that's one mistake from a good game overall by the defenders. I think the Wild played a good structured game, and which is really important. However, I feel like you go and look at that game and think, okay, that worked. The one thing that probably didn't work too well was our discipline, which can be worked on. Like, don't take stupid penalties. Don't get stressed into making dumb decisions. Don't be too eager to get on the ice. Um, I think those can be fixed. I think this was a really, really nicely defensive game that we won, and I think that's deserved some credit, especially from the fourth line, who you need in the playoff to score your goals sometimes. You need the fourth line to do that job and contribute, and they did. So fair play to the fourth line. I think they had the best game of the season, and I think they were the best line today, by far even. So good job by them. And that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry this was a little bit more short and a little bit more uncut than it usually is, and not as much skits around like with Dubnik making saves or something like that, but I simply don't have the time. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please, I hope you enjoyed this, so click like if you did. Tell me what I can do better. Please subscribe if you really liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.